Okay, so what do we got going on today? This is my White GT1655, and as you can see, she's got a tail. I was mowing the yard last week, and the deck shut off, and I thought I actually blew the belt on the front PTO, but looks like the belt on the deck itself went, so I'm going to be swapping that out today. This is the main machine that I use for mowing the grass here at the house. We have about 3.5 acres here, and about 3 acres of it is all grass, so it's kind of nice to have the big 50-inch deck, but kind of useless to me when it's not working. So that's enough talking. Let's get to work on this thing and get it done so I can get the yard mowed. I won't lose these screws. So I actually rebuilt this deck. That was about, I don't know, probably 2 months ago. Yeah, won't lose the screws, right? And I replaced everything in it except for the belt. Why I didn't just do the belt at the time, I don't know. Probably because I figured I'd need something to fix later on. But I replaced 2 of the 3 spindles. I replaced all the bearings, put new blades on it, replaced all the hardware. Thinking about taking the whole tractor apart this winter and maybe restoring it. Not really restoring it, but just repainting it, cleaning up all the rust, putting new hardware in the tractor all the way around. I only paid $600 for it. Came with this 50-inch deck, and then I got a 60-inch drive-over deck for it too, but it's only got a 16 horsepower opposed twin Briggs in it, and I just don't think it's got, well, it can handle the 60-inch deck, but it's just a little bit much for it. But I actually have a 16 horsepower Briggs Vanguard sitting over in the corner of the shop there that might end up going in here eventually. I have to check that one over and make sure it's functioning properly and everything else. So. Alrighty, and there's the deck, or the belt I should say. Hold on out of there. I suppose I should probably clean all the grass out of here while I'm in here. Give all the mice in my shop something else to build a nest with. Here is the new belt. I went with an OEM MTD belt just because it has a 3-year warranty. Not that I would actually probably take advantage of the warranty, but I was looking at all their replacements online, and everybody was saying that they all shredded within the first 5 times they were using the mower. So, and it was only about $10 more for an OEM belt, so I figured I might as well go that route. But if anybody needs a part number, there you go. This belt is actually serves a whole range of mowers. It's a 1/2-inch V-belt by 117 inches. Okay, I remember now why I didn't put a new belt on it when I was rebuilding the deck. Not that it's that big of a deal, but you gotta take the gearbox off, completely off of the deck, to put the new belt on. Which seems just a little stupid, honestly. There we go. And I've never had this off here before, so I'm just trying to figure out exactly. I think all I have to do is pull these 2 bolts, and the whole thing comes off the deck. But we'll find out. Looks like we got it. That was easier than I expected it to be. Still, seems kind of like a stupid design. Overall, I'm happy I bought this mower. When my wife and I bought this property, we were looking at 0 turns, and yes, 0 turns are nice, but I just couldn't bring myself to spend $5 grand on a lawnmower. And I know you can get them for cheaper than that, but if I'm going to buy something, I'd probably want to buy the biggest, nicest one that's at the dealer. Something that's got a decent deck on it with a rollover bar. And instead of doing all that, I decided to go in the opposite direction. But I can't complain. Like I said, I actually really like this tractor, if you want to call it a tractor. Simple, pretty easy to work on. Seems to be pretty darn tough. I've used it to haul loads of wood before. I don't know, you can probably see on the deck there, the lift cylinder for it is leaking. I actually went through the cylinder and rebuilt it when I got the tractor, and like most lift cylinders on tractors like this, it has a clevis on the end of it, and when you lift an implement, it puts a lot of side pressure on that clevis and they tend to break. Well, this one obviously broke a long time ago, and it's got gobs of weld on it, but you can see someone tried to take the clevis off to weld it, and when they did that, they used like a vice grips or a pipe wrench or something like that on the rod of the cylinder. So it was fine for a little while after I rebuilt it, but I mean 2 or 3 times of that marred rod going in, it just chewed up the O-ring and it's leaking again. But I found something that's pretty close to the original size on Amazon. I'll probably order that once we get a little closer to winter, and then try and figure out how I'm going to get that in there. It should be I don't think it's going to be a direct replacement, but it should be a pretty easy job to line it up and get it in there. But one thing at a time, I guess. Put this back on. Let's see if I can remember how this was routed. It's going to be a job in itself. Should be something like that. Oh, that feels awfully tight. Actually, I think, no, that'll be alright. We'll be good. We'll be just fine. Perfect. Alright, let's take the gearbox back up. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can get this tension to where it needs to be. Here comes the trick with the rope. All you do is slide it through the spring like that, and that should give me enough leverage to get the spring back into place. But can I get it under the washer? That's the real question. There we go. Perfect. That looks like it should really be flatter, shouldn't it? That's probably what chewed the old one up. Let's take a closer look at that. See if we can tighten that up. Let's see if we can get that idler pulley just a little bit flatter on the deck and maybe not totally destroy this belt the first time I use it. Okay, we are all back together here. Everything's all good to go. Last thing I need to do is just take it outside and test it out. The belt seems real tight, but it is brand new, so I'm hoping it that's how it's supposed to be, but we're going to find out. Hopefully it doesn't grenade as soon as I turn the PTO on, but only one way to find out. So let's go give it a shot.